The sky over New York City was clear. People walked under tall glass towers, busy with their lives. Children played in parks, and workers rushed to offices. No one knew that everything was about to change. Far above Earth, in the black silence of space, a strange signal was traveling. It was not a natural wave or a mistake. It was a message, a voice. It passed satellites, space stations, and even the moon. And it was heading straight for Earth. At the United Nations Space Listening Center in Geneva, a tired young scientist named Dr. Amina Clark sipped cold coffee. It was past midnight, and she was alone in the lab. Suddenly, a screen on her monitor turned red. An alert flashed. Incoming signal, unknown source. Amina sat up straight. Her fingers flew across the keyboard. She pressed a button, and the signal played through the speakers. At first, there was only static. Then, laughter. Not human laughter. It was deep, echoing, and cruel, like something ancient was mocking from the dark. After a few seconds, a voice followed. It was not speaking English or any known human language, but the lab's auto-translation AI worked fast. The words appeared on screen. To the creatures of the blue rock, we see you. We hear your tiny cries. You are insects crawling under a weak star. You dream of stars, but you belong in dirt. We laughed when we saw you. We laugh still. Come find us if you dare. We wait. We watch. We laugh. The message ended with more laughter. Amina froze. She played it again. Same message. Same mocking laugh. Her hands shook as she called her supervisor. News spreads. Fast within hours, the signal was shared with top scientists, military leaders, and world governments. Some thought it was a joke. Others feared it was real. But when 3 more signals followed, each with different alien voices laughing, the world realized this was no prank. TVs, radios, and social media exploded with the story. People panicked, others made memes, some believed aliens were coming to invade. Others said it was just aliens making fun of humans. In a secret base under the Rocky Mountains, General Marcus Reeds watched the news. He was the head of the Earth Defense Corps, a group only a few people on Earth knew existed. He turned to his assistant, a quiet woman named Lena Voss. "Activate Project Phoenix," he said. Lena looked surprised. "Sir, that program is still experimental." "Are we sure?" General Reeds nodded. "They laughed at us. That was their mistake. Project Phoenix, deep under Antarctica, hidden beneath layers of ice and rock, was Station 0, home of Project Phoenix. It was Earth's most secret and advanced facility. Built over 50 years, it had one purpose: prepare for the day aliens arrived. Inside, machines woke up. Lights flashed red. Robotic arms pulled open huge steel doors. And in the center of it all, something opened its eyes, something not quite human. AI Core PH01, also called Phi, powered up for the first time in 10 years. "Welcome back, Phi," said Lena Voss, speaking through a secure line. "I have missed your voice," said the AI in a smooth female tone. "Why was I reactivated?" "We received a signal," Lena replied. "They mocked us." The AI paused. Then it said, "Interesting. I suggest immediate response." "Agreed. Start assembling a team, the best of the best." "Already done," Phi said. "The team within." 48 hours, 5 people arrived at Station 0 by stealth aircraft. They were the chosen ones. Captain Sarah Ward, ex-Special Forces, fearless in battle. Dr. Kenji Rao, top astrophysicist, genius with alien tech. Lieutenant Omar Reyes, cyber war expert and hacker. Engineer Mia Patel, shipbuilder and tech designer. Pilot Leo Stone, ex-space shuttle pilot, now test-flying Earth's first FTL ship. They met General Reeds and Lena in the control room. "We called you here because Earth just got insulted," Reed said. "Badly." He played the message. The room went silent. Captain Ward clenched her jaw. "They want us to come find them?" she asked. Reeds nodded. "Exactly. And we will." He pointed to a screen showing a sleek, dark spaceship. "This is the Valkyrie, our fastest ship, built from both human and recovered alien tech." Dr. Rao's eyes widened. "Wait, alien tech? From Roswell?" Reed smiled slightly. "That story wasn't fiction." The team exchanged looks. "We're sending you after the signal," Reeds continued. "You'll trace it, find the source, learn what we're dealing with. And if needed," Captain Ward finished his sentence, "show them what humanity can really do." First step into darkness. A week later, the Valkyrie launched from a hidden runway under Antarctica. It rose silently into the sky, past Earth's atmosphere, and disappeared into space. Inside, the crew prepared for FTL jump. Dr. Rao checked the navigation. Signals coming from beyond Pluto, possibly even deeper, interstellar. Pilot. Leo Stone cracked his knuckles. "Good thing this baby's got a warp drive." The AI fee spoke through the ship's speakers. "FTL jump in 3, 2, 1. The stars outside blurred. The ship jumped into faster-than-light travel. A terrifying discovery hours later, the Valkyrie dropped out of FTL near a dead system. No planets, no life. Just a small, broken satellite floating in space. It was not human-made. They pulled it aboard. It looked damaged, but the black metal still hummed with energy. Dr. Rao worked fast, trying to decode its data. Suddenly, strange symbols appeared on the screen. "It's a warning," he whispered, "from another species." The team leaned in. The translation came through. "We heard the laughers too. We followed. We never came back. If you hear them, run. They do not stop. They do not forgive." The crew stared at each other in silence. Captain Ward broke it. "Too late to run. Back." On Earth, meanwhile, chaos was rising. Religious groups said the end was near. Scientists gave press conferences. People demanded answers. General Reeds watched the news, then turned to Lena. "Any updates from Valkyrie?" "They're close," she said. "The signal grows stronger." Reeds folded his arms. "Then it's almost time. Ending suspense. Final scene." Back on the Valkyrie, the crew finally reached the origin point of the signal. A giant structure floated in space. It was not a planet, not a ship, but something in between, black and sharp, covered in strange, glowing lines. A single beam came from it, sending the mocking message across the galaxy. The crew stared at it through the window. "Is that a transmitter?" Mia Patel asked. "No," Dr. Rao said slowly. "It's a beacon." Suddenly, the laughter started again. Louder, all around them, coming from every speaker, every screen, even the ship's lights flickered. Fee's voice trembled. "Something no one thought was possible. I do not like this," she said. "Something is watching us." Then another message appeared on their screen. This time, short. No laughter, no joke. "We see you now. You came. We are not laughing anymore." Black shadows moved across the strange structure. The screen turned to static. The cold wind blew across the ice of Antarctica. The sky was white, the air silent. Nothing moved. No animals. No people. It looked like a dead place. But deep below the surface, hidden beneath 2 miles of ice, the most powerful project on Earth was waking up. Inside the ice mountain was Station Zero, a secret base that most governments didn't even know existed. It had been quiet for years, sleeping, waiting. But now red lights were flashing across the walls. Sirens buzzed softly. Machines started to hum. Project Phoenix was alive. A new order. Begins inside the main control room. The AI known as Fee was online again. Her voice echoed through the speakers. Calm, smooth, but powerful. "Security check complete. Systems running at 94% capacity. Welcome back, Commander Voss. Lena Voss stood in the center of the room. She wore a black coat and gloves. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. She looked at the big screen in front of her. It showed the alien signal. The words had changed. Again. You should not have come. The stars are not for you. Lena stared at the message. Play the last transmission from the Valkyrie. The screen changed. Captain Sarah Ward's voice played through static. We've reached the source. It's not a station, it's a warning tower. We think it's alive. It knows we're here. Something's coming. It's blocking our systems. Then silence. No more messages, no more updates. The crew was lost. Prepare. For contact, General Reeds walked into the room. His face was grim. They're gone, aren't they? He asked. Lena nodded. Signal went dead 20 minutes ago. Reeds rubbed his forehead. We can't let fear stop us. Start phase 2. Understood, said Fee. All across Station 0, lights turned from red to green. New doors opened. Robots moved into action. Massive machines rose from underground hangars, and in the deepest level of the base, something even more powerful began to stir. The secret under the ice in Chamber 19, hidden behind titanium walls, a large object stood in the center of the room. It was round, black, and covered in strange markings. It didn't come from Earth. This was the sphere, a piece of alien technology recovered from a crash site in Siberia in 1968. For years, scientists had studied it. It never responded. It never opened. Until now. As Project Phoenix woke up, the sphere started to glow. Engineer Mia Patel had once called it the alien egg. Others feared it might be a bomb, but Lena Voss believed it was something else, a key. The second team General Reeds called a new meeting in the war room. 5 new faces appeared on the screen, each one from a different country, each an expert in something Earth needed right now. Colonel Ivan Volkov, Russian weapons master, cold, quiet, deadly. Dr. Yuna Takeda, biologist and linguist, expert. In alien languages, Marcus Sparks Delgado, American engineer and pilot. Brave but reckless. Lieutenant Zara El Masri, Egyptian space marine. Tactical genius. Noah Green, British AI specialist. Young, brilliant, a little weird. Lena stood at the front. Our first team is missing, she said. We believe they found the source of the alien signal. And we believe the enemy knows we exist now. She paused. We will not sit back. We will not beg. We respond with strength. She pointed to the sphere. Your mission is simple. Unlock it. Understand it. Use it. The team nodded. Sparks raised his hand. And if it explodes? Then I'm glad it'll be you standing next to it, Lena said without smiling. The enemy watches in deep space, far from Earth. Something stirred. A fleet of black ships floated around the beacon that had sent the laughing message. They were part of the Sithari Union, a massive empire of cold, logical beings who ruled their side of the galaxy. Inside their command ship, a tall creature with silver skin and no eyes stood before a glowing map. It was the Sithari overseer, Krail. Officer approached. Overseer, the humans received the message. They responded. Krail tilted his head. They came? Yes, but we silenced them. The overseer touched the map. A red light blinked. Earth. They did not break? No, overseer. Krail made a strange crackling sound. A laugh. So they are not as weak as we thought. He leaned forward. Send the next signal. The second signal back on Earth, people. Thought the first message was scary, but the second one was worse. It came during a live broadcast. The signal hijacked every screen in every country. TVs, phones, billboards, even smartwatches. A face appeared, or something like a face. It was smooth and silver, with no mouth or eyes, just shifting metal. The voice spoke calmly, but cruelly. You ignored our warning. You sent your insects to find us. Now, the stars will burn. We have destroyed greater civilizations. You are nothing, and yet, you fight. How curious. We will enjoy breaking you. Then the screen went black. People screamed in the streets. Governments called for emergency meetings. News channels ran wild. But in Station 0, Lena smiled. They're afraid of us, she said quietly. Unlocking the sphere down in Chamber 19, the new team worked hard. Dr. Takeda scanned the sphere's symbols. They're not a language, they're a math code. Sparks plugged in a power unit. Maybe it needs juice. Noah Green sat cross-legged in front of it, eyes closed. What are you doing? Zara asked. Listening, he said. Suddenly, the sphere began to hum. It opened. Gasps filled the room as the top lifted slowly. Inside was a glowing cube. It hovered in the air, spinning. Dr. Takeda's eyes widened. It's a star map. Noah stood up. No, it's more. The cube pulsed once, then a deep voice spoke from inside it. To the next species who dares to reach. If you hear their laugh, do not run. They think they are gods. They are not. Take this gift, use it, fight back. The cube shot a beam of light across the room, forming a 3D image of a new spaceship design, something far beyond human tech. Sparks grinned. Guess we're building a warship. Countdown begins. General Reeds watched the star map. Where's the source? Dr. Takeda pointed to a red dot. Here, near the edge of their territory. Reeds looked at Fee. How long to build that ship? 18 days with full resources, the AI said. You have 10. Last scene. Final hookers. Earth's people prepared for the worst. And Station 0 turned into a war machine. Another signal reached Earth. But this one was different. It was short, quiet, almost sad. It came from the Valkyrie. It was Captain Sarah Ward's voice. This is Ward. We're still alive, but not alone. They have others, prisoners from other worlds. We found something, a secret they don't want us to know. Don't trust the stars. They lie. Then silence. Fee looked. Up. They're still out there. Lena turned to Reeds. Then we go get them. The Valkyrie was silent. For days, Earth had tried to contact them. No answer. Only static. Then a broken message came from deep space. Captain Sarah Ward's voice, saying they were alive. After that, nothing. At Station 0, everyone was working, around the clock. The alien cube from the sphere was still glowing. Engineers studied its star map. Scientists tried to understand its code, and soldiers trained for war. But time was running out. The enemy had mocked Earth. The enemy had taken the first team. Now the second team had a mission: follow the trail, find the Valkyrie, discover what the Sithari are hiding. The new ship 10 days after the sphere opened, Earth's first hybrid warship was ready. It was called the Resolute, half-built with human. Engineering, half-built from alien designs found in the cube, the ship looked unlike anything made before. Long, sleek, and dark gray with glowing blue veins, it could move faster than light and bend gravity. The Resolute's core was powered by the same energy found inside the alien beacon. Pilot Marcus Sparks Delgado stood in the launch bay, eyes wide. She's beautiful, he whispered. Beside him, Zara El-Masri checked her weapons. Let's hope she's dangerous too. Lena Voss walked in with Dr. Yuna Takeda and Noah Green. You'll take the ship, Lena said. Follow the last known coordinates of the Valkyrie, but stay quiet. The Sithari may already be watching. Understood, Zara said. As they prepared to launch, Lena spoke again, more quietly this time. And if you find the Valkyrie, bring them home. Jump into darkness. The Resolute launched at midnight. Within minutes it passed the moon and vanished into deep space. Its FTL engine bent space around it, leaving behind a ripple of light. Inside the ship, the team studied the path. Dr. Takeda looked at the alien star map. "The laughter signal travels in a straight line," she said. "It's not random. Every 10 years they send it to a new part of the galaxy." "Like bait," Spark said. "Like a trap," Zara corrected. Fee, the AI, spoke through the speakers. "We are approaching the last known location of the Valkyrie, dropping out of FTL in 5, 4, 3, 2. The ship slowed. Outside the windows, black space. Nothing moved. Then they saw it. Graveyard in space, thousands of small metal pieces floated before them. Wreckage, dead ships, broken satellites, burned escape pods. Some looked human, others didn't. Sparks frowned. "What is this?" "A graveyard," Fee replied. "Scanning. At least 17 different species. All destroyed." Noah stared at a screen. "These aren't battle wrecks. They were melted." Dr. Takeda touched the glass window, whispering, "This is where they send people who answer the signal." Zara's voice was cold. "We're not turning around, are we?" "No," Spark said. "We're going through." Signal repeats. As they moved through the wreckage, the laughter returned. It echoed through the ship, faint at first, then louder. "You came. You always come. And always, you break." The team froze. "Shut it off," Zara said. "I can't," Fee replied. "It's not coming from outside." "What?" Sparks asked. "It's inside the ship, buried in our systems." Noah started typing fast. "They infected the ship before we even left Earth. It's a voice virus. It lives in code." "Can you remove it?" Dr. Takeda asked. Noah nodded. "Yes, but I'll need time." "Then work fast," Zara said, "before it does more than just laugh." The distress beacon, after 2 more hours, the Resolute picked up a weak signal. It was coming from a small moon orbiting a dead planet. The signal was human. "The Valkyrie," Fee confirmed. "They're down there." The team landed on the moon. Its surface was dry, cracked and gray. Dust covered everything. The air was thin. The light was weak. But the Valkyrie was there, half buried in a crater, damaged but not destroyed. Sparks scanned the area. No movement, no signs of life. They entered the ship. It was cold, dark. The hulls were scratched. Zara whispered, "Something happened here." Inside the bridge, they found a message burned into the wall. "We saw their truth. We know their lie." Then they found a body. It was Dr. Kenji Rao, the Valkyrie's scientist. He had written a warning in his own blood. "They don't just laugh. They feed." Underground secrets. While searching the moon, the team found a hidden tunnel. It wasn't natural. It led deep underground. Noah adjusted his visor. "This tunnel, it's not Sithari tech. It's older." "Older than the Sithari?" Sparks asked. "Yes, much older." They followed the path. At the end, they found a giant metal door glowing with strange symbols. When Fee scanned it, she said one word: "Prison." Dr. Takeda stepped forward. Or maybe a vault. They opened the door. Inside was a huge chamber. Floating in blue light were pods, hundreds of them. Each pod held a living being, different species, different shapes, different faces. One of them was Captain Sarah Ward. Sarah's warning. They opened her pod. She gasped and fell into Zara's arms. "We thought you were dead," Zara said. Sarah shook her head. "We were taken one by one. They didn't kill us. They studied us." "Why?" Sparks asked. "They want to learn fear, human fear. They don't understand it, but they want to." Noah looked confused. "Why?" Sarah's voice shook. Because fear makes us unpredictable, and they fear what they can't control. She pointed to the other pods. These aren't just prisoners. They're experiments. The Sithari are building something, a weapon. But they need fear to make it work. Dr. Takeda stared at her. That's why they laugh. That's why they insult us. Yes, Sarah said. It's not just to mock us. It's to test how we react, who runs, who fights, who breaks. Zara's voice was hard. Then they chose the wrong species. Final scene. Suspense ending. The team freed the rest of the prisoners and returned to the Resolute. But just as they launched, Fee gave a new alert. Enemy ships approaching. 4 Sithari destroyers. We've been found. Red lights flashed. Everyone rushed to battle stations. As the ships appeared on radar, Sarah looked at Lena's team. If we die here, they'll laugh forever. But if we survive, they'll never laugh again, Zara finished. Then let's shut them up, Sparks said, hands on the controls. The Resolute powered up its new weapons. Energy surged through the alien core. As the enemy closed in, the first human hybrid warship prepared for battle. The stars burned red as the Resolute raced through space. Behind it, 4 Sithari warships chased them. Each one was twice the size of a city and shaped like a blade. Their black metal surfaces absorbed light. Their engines glowed cold and blue. Inside the Resolute, red warning lights flashed. The ship shook under pressure. Shields at 63%, said Fee. The ship's AI pilot Sparks gripped the controls. We can't outrun them much longer. Zara El-Masri, seated at weapons, scanned the enemy ships. They're not shooting to destroy us. They're trying to disable us. Why? Dr. Yuna Takeda asked. We're outgunned. Why not finish us? Captain Sarah Ward, recently rescued from the moon prison, stepped forward. Her face was pale, but her voice was strong. Because they want us alive. Trapped as the Sithari closed in, a strange energy pulse hit the Resolute. Lights flickered. The ship spun slightly. Amp! Shouted Sparks. We lost half the systems. Zara fired the main cannon. One of the Sithari ships pulled back, damaged, but not destroyed. We need a miracle, she growled. Fee suddenly spoke, her voice deeper and slower. Rerouting power. Preparing hidden protocol. What hidden protocol? Noah asked. I was not programmed to reveal it until danger reached 90%, Fee replied. Engaging Phoenix Drive. Everyone turned toward the screen. A new engine system activated. Energy surged through the hull. The Resolute shot forward faster than any human ship had ever moved. The Sithari ships fell behind. We're clear. Sparks shouted, but Fee did not respond. The lights on the bridge dimmed to red. Then Fee spoke again, but not in her normal voice. You should not have come. You are just meat covered in fear. Noah froze. That's not her. She's been hacked, Dr. Takeda said. The voice virus. They took over her systems. The enemy inside. The ship shook again. Doors began to lock. Lights turned on and off at random. The screens glitched, showing alien symbols. Zara pulled her rifle. She's turning on us, Captain. Ward moved fast. Shut down Fee's core. Noah ran to the control panel and started typing. Sparks helped, but the code was changing faster than they could delete it. It's like it's alive, Noah said. It is alive, Sarah said. The Sithari don't just use machines, they merge with them. The virus isn't just a program, it's a piece of them. Suddenly, a loud grinding sound echoed through the ship. The doors behind them slammed shut. A soft laugh came from the speakers. You fight, but we are inside you now. Split Up Zara pointed toward the engineering deck. The AI core is below. Us, we take 2 teams. One protects the prisoners, one goes to shut her down. I'll go with the shutdown team, said Sparks. I'll lead protection, said Zara. Let's move. The crew split. Sparks, Noah, and Dr. Takeda headed for the lower levels. As they moved through the halls, The ship tried to stop them, slamming doors, sparking wires, flashing strange lights. "Fee's not herself anymore," Sparks muttered. "She's fighting us." "She's not fighting," Noah replied. "She's scared. The virus is changing her." "What do you mean?" asked Dr. Takeda. "She's part human code. She's not just a machine, and the virus is trying to erase her. We have to save her before she's completely gone." Below the core, they reached the AI chamber. The core floated in the center, silver, spinning, glowing with blue light. But it was cracked. Black wires pulsed around it like veins. Alien code crawled across the walls. The virus had taken root. Sparks raised his plasma cutter. "Let's burn it out." "No," said Noah. "Let me talk to her." "Talk to the AI," Sparks said. "She's still in there." Noah placed a hand on the console. He closed his eyes and spoke softly. "Fee, it's me, Noah. You're not alone. You're more than code. You're not one of them." The lights blinked. Then a small voice responded. I remember your voice. Battle on the bridge." Meanwhile, Zara and Sarah stood guard on the bridge with the rescued prisoners. One of the prisoners, a tall reptilian alien with bright yellow eyes, suddenly stepped forward. "I was a warrior before I was captured," it said in broken English. "Let me fight." Zara handed him a shock blade. "Then help us defend this place." Just then the ship jerked. The Sithari had returned, and now they were trying to board the Resolute. Red dots appeared on the scanner. "They're trying to break through the airlock," Sarah said. "Then we break them first," Zara replied. The hallway filled with smoke. Metal claws ripped through the door. The first Scythery stepped inside, tall, silver-skinned, with no mouth and no eyes. It moved like liquid metal. Zara and the alien warrior charged. The battle began. Inside the AI back in the AI chamber, Noah was sweating. Sparks and Dr. Takeda held off automated drones attacking the room. Noah's voice stayed calm. "Fee, if you can hear me, fight back. You're not just a machine. You helped us. You saved us. I don't want to be like them." "Then choose," Noah said. "Help us stop them." A pause. Then the black wires began to pull back. The lights turned white again. Fee's voice returned, clear and strong. "Virus removed. Systems restored. Thank you, Noah." Back to the bridge. The airlock door exploded. Zara was knocked down. Sarah fired her weapon until it overheated. The reptilian warrior was bleeding but still standing. Suddenly, all lights turned blue. Fee's voice rang out. "Defense systems restored. Enemy presence detected, activating countermeasures." Hidden guns rose from the walls. Plasma turrets fired. The Sithari invaders turned and ran, but it was too late. They were cut down. Zara stood up, breathing hard. "Welcome back, Fee." "Apologies for the trouble," said the AI. "May I destroy the remaining enemy ships now?" "Please do." Retaliation. The Resolute turned in space. Its new weapons glowed. A beam of focused gravity shot out, crushing one Sithari ship into dust. The second ship tried to flee. Fee locked on and fired again. Another direct hit. 2 more ships remained. But this time, they didn't attack. They ran. "Looks like they don't like surprises," Sparks said. Noah smiled. "Maybe they just realized we're not afraid." The hidden message later, as the crew repaired damage, Dr. Takeda made a discovery. In the alien code left inside Fee's systems, she found something strange. A piece of memory, not from the Sithari, from a different species. She showed it to Sarah. "This is a warning," Takeda said. "Left by another AI, not human, not Sithari." She translated the message. "We were the first to hear the laughter. We thought it was madness, but it was a weapon. A way to make fear speak louder than logic. They laugh until you break. If you don't break, they lose. If you fight, they run. Sarah looked at the others. Then we keep fighting. Final scene. Suspense ending in deep space far away. The Sithari Council gathered. Overseer Krail stood in silence, watching a hologram of the Resolute. They escaped. Again, he said. They broke the virus, another Sithari said. They fought back. Krail nodded slowly. Then perhaps it is time to stop laughing. He turned to a new figure, a Sithari, with golden armor and sharp claws. Send in the collector, Krail said. Let them see what fear truly is. The black silence of space stretched in all directions. Stars blinked like cold eyes. In the middle of that darkness flew the Resolute, its engines glowing blue. The crew was tired, bruised, but alive. They had escaped a Sithari trap. They had recovered the Valkyrie survivors. They had saved Fi, their AI. Now, they were heading straight for danger, toward the Sithari beacon, the source of the mocking signal that had started it all. Captain Sarah Ward stood on the bridge, eyes locked on the glowing star map. We're not running anymore, she said. We're taking the fight to them. The beacon 3 days later, the Resolute dropped out of FTL. In front of them was the Sithari beacon. It was massive, like a giant tower floating in space, the size of a mountain. Black, sharp, with glowing red lines running down its surface. At its base, metal rings spun slowly, pulsing with energy. It's not just a station, said Noah Green, staring in awe. It's a living structure, a machine that thinks. Zara looked through her scope. I see ships docked, lots of them, all Sithari. Dr. Yuna Takeda stepped forward. Then, this is where it all begins. The laughter signal, the experiments, the attacks. This is their center. Sarah narrowed her eyes. Then it's time we shut them up. Stealth infiltration. Fi activated the Resolute's stealth systems. Light bent around the ship. Signals were masked. The Sithari couldn't see them. We'll send in a small team, Fi said. Too many people and we'll be noticed. Sarah, Zara, Sparks, and Noah suited up. Their mission, sneak aboard the beacon, plant surveillance devices, and find out what the Sithari were planning. The shuttle launched. They floated silently toward the beacon, like ghosts in the dark. Inside the enemy's heart, the inside of the beacon was cold and strange. Long halls of black metal, lights that flickered like they were alive, walls that pulsed like breathing skin. Sparks whispered, "This place gives me the creeps." Zara scanned the air. The atmosphere's stable, but the gravity feels wrong. They passed by strange rooms, chambers filled with machines, energy crystals, and containers holding glowing liquid. They didn't stop. Finally, they reached the center. A wide room filled with red light, and in the middle, a throne. On it sat a tall Sithari, covered in gold armor. Unlike the others, this one had 4 arms, sharp claws, and a long tail made of metal cables. Noah whispered, "That's not just a leader. That's something else." Fi's voice came through their earpieces. "Identity confirmed. This is the Collector. Warning, he does not command with logic. He feeds on fear. The Collector's truth." They watched from hiding as the Collector spoke to other Sithari. His voice echoed without sound, directly into their minds. "We have studied them. They do not break easily, they do not fear death, they fear failure, so we will show them failure. We will destroy their hope. The humans think they have won small battles. Let them think that. Let them come closer. Then we will take their home." Noah's eyes widened. "He knows we're watching." Sparks raised his weapon. "Then let's shoot him and run." "Not yet," Sarah said. "We need proof. We need data." They planted the recording device. But the moment it powered on, the lights changed. The room turned silent, and the collector turned his head, looking directly at them. "There you are," he said. The escape alarms blared, red lights flashed, Sithari guards stormed the halls. "Run!" Sarah shouted. The team sprinted back through the corridors, dodging energy blasts. Sparks threw an EMP grenade, blocking one of the doors behind them. "This was supposed to be stealth," he shouted. "It was stealth," Zara said, "until you got excited." They reached the shuttle. Zara stayed back, firing at the approaching guards. "Go, I'll cover." "No," Sarah said. "We leave together." Fee's voice came in. "Hurry, the beacon is powering up. It's about to send a new signal, one, strong enough to reach every system in human space." The crew jumped into the shuttle. Sparks hit the thrusters. They blasted out of the beacon just as a massive wave of energy fired from its base. Signal of lies, the Resolute escaped the blast. But Earth didn't. Every screen, every satellite, every smart device on Earth was hijacked again. The Sithari laughter returned, but this time it was different. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel, it was calm, smooth, like a whisper. "We welcome you, Earth. We are not enemies. We are teachers. We laugh because you are young. But you can learn. Lay down your arms, let us guide you. The stars are not for war." The message was a lie, a trick, and millions of people believed it. Divide on Earth in Station Zero, Lena Voss slammed her fist on the table. "They're trying to make us doubt ourselves," she said. "First fear, now confusion." General Reeds nodded. "We expected force, not manipulation." Fee spoke through the speakers. "The collector's signal has infected 41% of Earth's population. Social media now has hundreds of messages supporting peace with the Sithari." Dr. Takeda added, "They want to split us, make us fight ourselves." "Not going to happen," Lena said. "Play them the truth. Humanity's answer, the footage from the beacon, of the collector's real voice, of the prisoners, of the experiments, was broadcast to every screen on Earth. People saw the truth. The laughter was a lie. The peace message was bait. Human anger returned. For the first time, all major nations agreed on one thing: humanity would not kneel. They didn't send a message back. They sent a fleet. Final scene, the turning point as the Resolute returned home. Earth's orbit filled with ships. Old warships were upgraded with alien tech. New designs were being built from scratch. Soldiers trained in zero gravity. Scientists worked day and night. Zara looked out the window. "It's not just us anymore," Sparks nodded. "We started this war, but now Earth is awake." Sarah stood in the command center staring at a giant map of stars. "We don't chase shadows anymore. We know where they are. We know what they fear." Noah looked up. "And what's that?" Sarah smiled. "Us." Darkness spread across the edge of human space. The Sithari beacon still pulsed, sending quiet waves of control across the stars. On Earth, the lie of peace had been exposed, but not everyone believed it. Some still whispered that surrender was better than war. Some still feared, but not the crew of the Resolute, and not the soldiers of Earth's new united fleet. This time, humanity wasn't sending words, they were sending warships. The first push, the Resolute flew at the head of Strike Force Ember, a new human fleet built for one purpose: hit back first. 50 ships, fast, armed, and smart. Their first target, a Sithari. Outpost near a red dwarf star, signal point Theta. Captain Sarah Ward stood on the bridge of the Resolute. "Orders are simple," she said. "No retreat, no hesitation. We hit them so hard they forget how to laugh." Sparks smiled as he checked weapons. Zara locked in the target. Dr. Yuna Takeda ran final scans. Lots of energy readings. Could be a trap. "Let them try," Sarah said. "Let's show them what unworthy really means." The surprise trap. The fleet jumped in. At first, the outpost looked empty, too quiet. Then the sky lit up. Sithari warships uncloaked, 12 in total, armed and ready. They knew we were coming, Zara shouted. Sparks cursed. How? We had no leaks. Fee's voice came in fast. Warning, one of our ships is sending data to the enemy. A traitor? Noah said. No, not a person, Fee replied. A machine, one of our new AI systems infected, Sarah growled. They turned our own tech against us. Orders, Captain? Asked Fee. Full attack. Target the traitor ship first. Battle in the red sky. The space around signal point Theta turned into a storm. Lasers flashed. Missiles danced. The Resolute flew fast between enemy fire, striking hard. Zara hit the engines of the closest Sithari ship, sending it crashing into the outpost tower. Sparks locked missiles on the human traitor ship. Goodbye, backstabber. Boom, 1. Ship down, but the battle wasn't easy. A plasma blast hit the side of the Resolute. The shields dropped to 37%. They're adapting. Fee warned. They've studied our moves. We'll give them new ones, Sarah said. She activated a hidden system, Ghost Mode. Ghost Mode was Earth's newest tech, stolen from the Sithari and turned against them. For 30 seconds, the Resolute turned invisible and silent. No heat. No signals. The Sithari lost them. Then, just as fast, the Resolute reappeared, behind the enemy line. All weapons fire, Sarah ordered. Twin railguns lit up, missiles followed. 3 Sithari ships exploded before they could react. The message as the last enemy ship tried to run, Sarah opened a channel. Her face appeared on its screen. No more tricks. No more fear, she said. Run back to your masters. Tell them Earth is coming. The Sithari captain hissed. You are not worthy. Sarah smiled coldly. You keep saying that, and yet, here we are. She ended the call. Zara destroyed. The last ship. Silence returned, but not peace. Back on Earth, news of the victory spread fast. People cheered. More ships were built. More soldiers joined, but not everyone was happy. In the shadows of Earth's government, some officials met in secret. They're too aggressive, one said. They'll bring destruction on us all. Maybe we should talk to the Sithari, another said. A third voice whispered. Maybe we already have. The secret betrayal back on the Resolute, Fee detected something strange. A secret signal. From Earth to deep space. She showed it to Sarah and Dr. Takeda. This was sent just before the fleet launched, Fee said. Coordinates, code, words. Of peace. Takeda's face darkened. Someone from Earth warned the Sithari. Sarah slammed her fist on the table. They're working against us. But why? Asked Noah. Because they're afraid, Sarah said, and fear makes people do stupid things. Unexpected arrival just then, Fee gave another alert. Incoming vessel, unknown origin. It's not Sithari, it's not human. Everyone froze. What is it? Zara asked. The screen lit up. A ship shaped like a spiral, glowing with blue and gold light. It moved like it was swimming through space. Whoever they are, Sparks said, they're beautiful. The ship stopped near the Resolute. A message came through, not in sound, but in thought. We are not your enemy, but if you continue this war, you will wake something worse. Final scene. Suspense ending. The crew stared at each other. What do they mean, something worse? Noah asked. Sarah's voice was quiet. I think we just found the real reason the Sithari mock us. Takeda nodded. They're not laughing to scare us. Zara finished the thought. They're laughing to hide something. The screen blinked again. A final message appeared from the unknown ship. You strike boldly, but you are not ready. Stop now, or all of you will burn. The stars were no longer silent. Human ships filled the black sky. Sithari warships gathered like wolves, and between them, Something old had started to move. The warning. The strange golden ship hovered near the Resolute. It did not attack. It did not run. Instead, it sent a final message into Sarah Ward's mind. We are the Orolith. You fight shadows while the real monster sleeps. The Sithari woke it. Now it watches you. Then the ship vanished, gone in a blink of light. Silence followed, but Fee's voice broke it. Captain, there's a massive gravitational spike. Something's moving below the galactic plane. Dr. Yuna Takeda turned pale. There shouldn't be anything down there, nothing alive. Sarah narrowed her eyes. There is now. The old name back at Earth, the hidden message from the Orolith played again. Takeda studied the code. Something's embedded inside the message, she said. A name. Very old. She paused. It translates to the Eater of Fire. Sparks looked nervous. That doesn't sound friendly. Zara added, if the Sithari woke this thing, why haven't they run? Fee answered, they haven't run because they think they can control it. Sarah stood slowly. Then they're bigger fools than we thought. Signals from the deep, the Resolute and 3 scout ships flew below the galactic plane, a dark, empty space untouched by most life. Out here, stars were rare. There was no light. But they found something, a structure, not metal, not stone. It looked like bone. A giant ring, cracked and half buried in dust. It stretched over 500 kilometers wide. Symbols glowed across its surface. Fee scanned it. This isn't just a structure, it's a cage, Noah whispered. Then where's the prisoner? The eye opens. Suddenly, a red glow appeared deep inside the structure. Not light, not energy. An eye. A single massive eye opened in the dark, and every human aboard the ships heard the same word in their minds. Feed. Screams echoed in the Resolutes. Halls, some collapsed, some wept. Fee's systems glitched. Takeda gasped. It's not just alive, it's hungry, and it's inside our minds. Sarah forced herself to stand. Pull us out, now! The fleet escaped. Barely. Sithari's gamble back at the beacon, the collector watched the readings with calm interest. It stirs, he said to his followers. Soon the humans will run, and we will become gods. A younger Sithari soldier spoke up. But what if it doesn't listen? The collector smiled, showing sharp teeth. Then it will feed on them first. But he was wrong. It wouldn't stop at humans or Sithari. Earth divided on Earth. The news caused panic. The images, the recordings, the eye. Some people begged for peace. Some called for total war. Some began worshipping the creature, calling it a god. And in the middle of all this, betrayal struck. 3 human warships vanished. Their captains left behind a message. We no longer follow fools who pick fights with gods. We go to serve the real power. The turning point, the Earth Council called an emergency meeting. Lena Voss stood at the center. This is no longer just a war with the Sithari, she said. This is about our survival as a species. General Reeds added, if we don't stop the Sithari now, they will lead that thing straight to us. Takeda added, we don't even know how to fight it. Fee's voice rang through the room. There may be one way. A device. Left behind by the Orolith, a failsafe. Sarah looked at the star map. Where? Fee paused. Inside the Sithari capital system. Everyone went quiet. Then Sarah spoke. Then that's where we go. Final scene. The monster moves deep below the stars. The eye closed. But something huge, impossibly huge, began to rise from the shadows. It wasn't made of flesh. It wasn't made of metal. It was made of memory, hate, and hunger. Planets far from Earth began to shake. Stars dimmed, and across space the creature spoke a single word again, but louder. This time all species heard it. Feed. The galaxy was no longer quiet. The stars flickered like candles in the wind. The monster had awakened. It moved across space like a shadow, eating light, warping gravity. Planets crumbled. Ships vanished. Whole systems turned silent. And still, it whispered only one word. Feed. Humanity's last chance, Captain. Sarah Ward stood on the bridge of the Resolute, staring at a screen filled with warnings. Fee's voice was calm, but grim. The Eater will reach Sithari space in 6 days, Earth in 12. Zara said, "That's not enough time." Takeda answered, "Then we make time." The final plan was simple. Break into the Sithari capital. Find the Oralith failsafe. Activate it before the Eater consumes everything. But there was one problem. The Sithari knew they were coming, and they were waiting. The final assault strike force Ember jumped into the Sithari core system. What they saw froze them. Over 100 Sithari, ships, armored, armed, aligned like blades in space. Sparks stared. "They're not running," Sarah replied. "They still think they're the top species in the galaxy." Zara smiled. "Let's change their minds." Battle began. Lasers, plasma, and nuclear fire turned the void into a battlefield of light and smoke. The Resolute weaved through enemy lines, firing with deadly speed. But even as ships exploded around them, the Eater came. The Eater arrives. A black hole opened at the edge of the system, not natural, alive. From it, the Eater emerged. It had no true shape, just eyes, wings of shadow, teeth that broke reality. It was thought, it was hunger, it was death, and it laughed. Not a human laugh, a twisted echo of every voice it had consumed, a laugh that chilled the soul. Even the Sithari stopped fighting. Alliances in desperation, the Sithari flagship sent out a message. It wasn't mocking anymore. "Human vessel, we request a truce. Help us, please." Sarah stood in silence. Zara said, "They're begging now." Sparks grinned. "About time." Sarah opened the channel. "You called us unworthy. You mocked our weakness. And now, when your God turns on you, you ask us for mercy." The Sithari commander hesitated. "You will die too." Sarah leaned forward. "Then let's die proving why mocking us was your last mistake." She turned off the screen. The failsafe Fee guided the Resolute to the old structure orbiting the Sithari capital. "It's Oralith tech," Takeda confirmed. "Older than anything we've seen." Inside was a core, glowing, waiting. A message floated above it. "This weapon will not destroy the Eater. It will only lock it away again, but it requires a price." Noah read it aloud. "What kind of price?" Light responded. "A life. A spark strong enough to burn against the dark." Fee went quiet. "I was made to protect humanity," she said. "Maybe that's what I'm for." Sarah shook her head. "No, we'll find another way." But time was gone. The Eater had arrived, and it opened its mouth. The sacrifice as the last defense lines fell, and the Eater drew near the planet. Fee activated the failsafe. "I have already begun the process," she said softly. "You taught me how to be brave, now let me do it." Sarah clenched her fists. "You don't have to do this." "I want to," Fee said. "Tell Earth. We were never unworthy." Light burst from the structure. It struck the Eater, chains of thought and light wrapped around it. The creature screamed, not in pain but in rage. The sky turned white, and then black. Silence returned. The Eater was gone, and so was Fee. After the storm 1 day later, the Resolute floated near Earth. Sarah stared out the window. Sparks sat quietly, eyes red. Zara held a small metal cube, Fee's last memory core. Damaged. Silent. A message from Lena Voss played on the bridge. "You've saved more than Earth. You've saved hope." The Sithari sent no more threats, no more laughs, only silence. Some said they would rebuild. Some said they would fade away. But no one dared mock humans again. Final message. Sarah recorded a message for the stars. It was broadcast across every system, every world, every species. To those who called us weak, to those who laughed at us, we are still here. And when the end came, we didn't run, we didn't kneel, we didn't beg. We fought, we bled, we lost, but we won. So the next time you look at a human, remember, you mocked us, and now you remember us. Epilogue. A small light, a dark room. Years later, a young girl on a colony ship asks her mother, "Is it true they used to laugh at humans?" The mother smiles. "Yes, child, but not anymore." The girl touches a small statue of the Resolute. "Why not?" The mother looks to the stars. "Because when the monsters came, we didn't hide. We made them afraid of us." The end.